now, Fred Verviche's Audi looks like it's back at the races. Does dip across the line. It was 0.378 of a second, and it's game on for the race lead now. Verviche goes to the outside line, and he's done it! Fantastic move round the outside into Mandrim. The testicularly enhanced Fred Verviche takes the lead on the outside line, and Huff is going to try and do the same for third, except he's under attack. John Filippi is right there as well. Don't overtake your teammate. Huff goes third. So, brilliant stuff for the Audis. All of a sudden, they've woken up those cars.
Hear the roar from the grandstand as Huffy went through and took third place. Absolutely superb stuff.
Except the plot spoiled a bit because El Haché jumped ahead of John Filippi, but collectively, there's a lot more optimism now on the KUMHO pit wall. So, Verviche leads.
That was quite a lap for the Audis, wasn't it? Rob Huff had a grandstand view of the lead changing with his teammate going in to the front of the field, and then he was able to make the move stick as well. So, absolutely superb stuff for Rob Huff. Now, what's going to happen? Fred Verviche leads the race as a Lincoln Co in second place, and Urrutia has been driving very, very well during this race. Mouth-watering.
Easy, Fred. Easy, easy. Slacken off the pace. Let Rob catch up. Box up Urrutia. So now Rob Huff does have a chance to not just win the race, but the championship as well. And although Fred Verviche would love to win the gear race, he is a good Audi servant. So if there's an Audi driver to win the World Tour, then expect him to play ball. Look, Huff is almost with them here. Fred Verviche in the third sector of the lap, 4/10 slower than Huffy. So he's clearly allowing Rob to join the gang.
He's doing exactly what he needs to do. And how close can Rob Huff get to the back of the Lincoln Co? This is fascinating. What's happened? The bonnet's come up on Rob Huff's car. He can't see a thing. The bonnet has come up on Rob Huff's car. You couldn't write the script for this. He can barely get around the Melco hairpin. I don't know how he has.
He's going to have to pit, of course, but that's the dream over. Rob Huff's bonnet suddenly has come up. Did he tag the back of the Lincoln Co and that did some damage?
He was close.
But either way, Rob Huff now peering through a tiny gap. He's heading for the pit lane, and Norbert Mikelish is going to be the World Tour champion come what may, because Rob Huff is going to have to pit. And after all of that, what it now does give us is a fight between Verviche and Urrutia for the win. This battle pack is for third place, and your heart goes out to Rob Huff, because all of a sudden what should have been his title is going to be a pit stop.
The first turn, they'll drag race those two, and that is for third place in this race. Cut this out.
Oh boys, this is clever in the fairest way possible. I think Fred is trying to slow Pio down enough.
What about the teamwork going on here? Cyan Racing Lincoln Co with two players in the mix.
Too much there at the front of the field. Marchingois still just about in our race lead. Rob Huff now to the side of Jan El Haché and takes that position. 5-second penalty for Girolami for the indiscretion off of the line, but that's the least of his concerns at this moment in time. As a brilliant Cobb decides, I don't want to pass one car, I want to pass two around the outside of the hairpin, but doesn't quite have enough real estate. A bit of bumping and buttering as well there further down the running order, while the Hyundai's having a hard time of it. Light contact with his rival, but both drivers just about carry on now, riding on board with Ted Bjork in the 111 Lincoln Co machine. He's got a windscreen full of cars as well, as we're seeing Michelis and Azcona side by side as they cross the line to start the second lap of what has been a thrilling opening lap of the race. Can Michelis and Azcona get through Curva Grande side by side? Yes, they can. A little bit of gravel for good measure, both in front and during the battle. But now we see Michelis to the inside. Ted Bjork painting himself to the rear of that Hyundai. Both Hyundais go out wide and off the racetrack. Ted Bjork, thank you very much, nips through the middle, takes the position. Marco Bucci doesn't know which way to look now, because he's getting involved in that one as well with his stable mates, a Hyundai's N Squadra Corsa. He'll be trying to stay out of the way because he knows that these two are the championship protagonists. Bucci here just for this weekend at the front of the field. We've still got Jan El Haché as our, so we've still got Marchingois, my apologies, as our race leader. Rob Huff in second, Jan El Haché in third. Michelis again side by side. Azcona this time gets it all nice and sealed up and buys himself a little bit of real estate for good measure as well. So Michelis doing good work there. 4 laps completed, and John Philippi from Norbert Michelitz is our front 2 drivers. Tom Coronel and Santiago Arrutier are 3rd and 4th position. Good drive from Felipe Fernandez to stay very firmly in touch in position number 5, just ahead of Kobe Powell's and Jan Elishay. Elishay having a good drive, making up 3 positions from his 10th on the grid start as he tries to recover as much ground as possible and make this a strong weekend following the victory yesterday. 8th place is Rob Huff, just ahead of Bebu Girolamo and Mikel Azcona. Despite all of the dramas that have befallen Azcona both this weekend and in this race as well, he's currently running in 10th place, just ahead of Ted Bjork and Ma Qinghua in 12th position. Lewis Brown is 13th. Place. Here we go again. Now this is the Hyundai under a little bit of pressure. Is Norbert Michelitz allowing Coronel to get a little bit closer. Fernandez goes and talks to the gravel too, which puts him in a vulnerable position to Kobe Powell's. At the moment, the drivers are just watching each other, understanding where they're quick and where they're at a disadvantage to their immediate rivals as they plot, as they strategically think about where is the right time to pull the trigger and look at moving forward. What's this that we're looking at now? That is a pass around the outside. So Dusan Borkovic just holding off Frederick Vervish as Vervish looks to recover yet further. 17th position at this moment in time is Frederick Vervish, but Dusan Borkovic is a tough competitor. Mikel Azcona looking around the outside, looking around the background, while Rob Huff and Bebu Girolamo go side by side. Girolamo holds on just about into the left-hander, keys the car, cut the outside line for the next turn, snips the car to the inside, tries to find a way past Huff, but Huff has the middle line covered very nicely indeed, defending without being too aggressive, but the car now will be compromised of Rob Huff for the run up and through the very fast Blanchimont section of circuit towards the end of this lap. Does Girolamo have enough horsepower under the hood to try and find a way past and take that 8th position away for Rob Huff? Can Azcona get involved, as well as the 2 Lincoln Co's keep a watching brief behind? Flat out run now, down into the bus stop chicane, breaking a straight line, try not to allow too much racing room to the inside, and unfortunately Bebu Girolamo does just that, so Rob Huff still has that advantage as we run down into the La Source hairpin. Huff hard on the defensive to the inside. Girolamo late on the brakes down the inside of La Source. Girolamo with a dynamite pass there. Can he get the car slowed down in time?
While these guys squabble, the purple safety car and Lockie Muniz gets into the back of the fight. Lockie Muniz can finish this race and say, you know what, I've been held up by Mikel Azcona.
I was technically 6th. Yeah. What about this guy? He promised a good race here today, and it's been a masterclass from one of the greats of touring car competition.
The weekend storylines started with the Australians commanding the headlines, but in the final hit out here at Sydney Motorsport Park, it's going to be the internationals that will lock out the podium. Once that penalty for Will Brown is applied, Huff, Michelitz and Vervish look set to be your top 3 over the line. Look at this here. Game on all the way to the line. Azcona under pressure.
This is going to be intense on the final lap. Mikel Azcona hanging on with everything he's got. Jan Elishay using all of the racetrack, all of the surrounding scenery as well. So fortunate that Ma Qinghua's covering his rear behind as well. So Ma on a defensive action. Jan Elishay is desperate for the points. Mikel Azcona for his teammate, and a race winner is Rob Huff, who takes victory in the final race of the weekend here at Sydney Motorsports Park. The Audi Sport ComTU team are ecstatic with that one. Will Brown crosses the line in 2nd. He will drop away from that position, so your podium will be Norbert Michelitz in 2nd, and a great job again from Frederick Vervish in 3rd position.
Shout out to Josh Bucket. The HMO customer racing drivers managed to get to 5th. Look at this on the run to line. Photo finish with Nestor Girolamo and Jan Elishay.